Tell it your way.
Okay, so I'm Kristen Candrilli, and I'll be telling the story of the lion and the mouse. So one day, there was this little tiny mouse, and she was crawling through the tall grass. And all of a sudden, she comes upon a sleeping lion. And she thinks to herself, I would be able to see a lot of distance if I got on top of that lion's back. So she crawls creepily onto his back, and all of a sudden, her tiny little feet tickle the lion and wake him up. And he gets so mad, and he says, now for interrupting my nap, I'm going to eat you. And she's like, no, don't eat me, please. And he goes, well, why shouldn't I eat you? And she goes, well, if you let me go, I promise I'll return the favor. And he's like, I don't think you'd be able to do me any favor. But he's so amused, he decides to let her go. And not long after, the lion gets trapped by hunters. And he can't get out, and he's trying so hard to get out. And all the other animals are so scared to go near the hunters because they don't want to get trapped themselves. But the tiny little mouse hears his cries. So she comes over, remembering her promise, she comes over and decides to gnaw at the trap and sets the lion free. And he's thankful, and she says, see, even a little mouse can help a big, strong lion.
All right. I likes. Well, she gets to pick them, but go ahead.
Oh. I like how you use different tones in the voice. Like I knew like who was a mouse and who was a lion. It's cute.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
You're right. I like how you had a lot of it like memorized. Like when I was telling my stories, like I couldn't remember who said what, and you had it like down like the whole conversation. It was really good.
Thank you.
You were very strong when you were speaking the whole time. You were able to hear the whole story because your voice was very loud.
I like that, because I had the same story. I like that in certain parts, like you gave it like your own flavor, like your own conversation of what you thought like the mouse would say.
Yeah. I really like that.
I like the fact, totally different, you didn't move. You had your hands at your side, but you captivated us and you kept our attention because of what you did with your voice and your face. Two totally different ways of storytelling, but it worked. Anybody had suggestions or offers? Oh, I'm sorry, you have another I like? No, please do.
I like how the mouse had a little accent.
Thank you.
And just for time purposes, we want to get a couple of any suggestions?
Michelle.
I thought you could have done maybe a little bit more with your hands. Just kind of stayed stationary. But I thought you did a good job with voices.
Oh, thank you.
I like it.
It's okay.
Anybody else? All right, give her a big round of applause.